everyone, welcome back to the channel. And if you are new to the channel, my name is Michelle with vinvonalley.com. I am returning to do a follow-up on my previous video, which was I have a silhouette. So now what? Now we're going to pick up where we left off. And if you haven't seen that previous video, I will link it in the eye above. That way you can go take a look and a walk through that video very slowly, very carefully. That way you can get caught up and continue on from this point. Because if you don't do what we did prior to this, this will not make sense to you. Basically, I'm taking you from bringing in, and I took you in that other video from importing an image into Silhouette, showing you a few key elements in the software, and bring you to the point where you see this little lady here on the screen has a white offset around her. So this is how she will cut out on our sticker sheet. Today, we're going to take baby steps. So today we're only going to set her up on a sticker sheet. And I'm going to show you how to do that. In the following video, we will actually see how it cuts out on the Silhouette machine. So without any further ado, we will get into it. And this little lady is in my shop at vinvonalley.com. Her name is Sister Audrey. She loves Bible studying. And we've created an offset for her, meaning that this white area around her, all of this will be cut out when we cut our sticker. And I personally like an offset. If you don't have to follow this step. You can see that in the previous video, doing it with and without. It's a personal preference. I prefer to have my stickers with a white offset. So now we have her all prepped and ready. We still need to create a cut line around her. We're going to go through the same process, and we're going to go over to the screen on the right where this little bread looking icon is. I'm going to close this out because we're not doing that. Where this little bread icon is, that's highlighted in blue. The trace panel, that's what we want to click on, and it opens up our trace panel. We're going to click on this broad button that says select trace area, and that's going to highlight blue and turn our cursor into a cross. We're going to go over to Sister Audrey, and we're going to select a good amount of the area surrounding her and her. Now, do you see that I kind of clipped the top there? Don't worry. Let go of your mouse. So you have this area. The beauty of this is that when you create this trace area, you can pull it up if you need more room. Okay? So now that is going to select all of her. Remember that we want all of the edge, right? Now, normally when you're doing the trace tool and there's white surrounding the edge here, the trace tool doesn't pick it up. So when I increase the threshold, it's only going to get Sister Audrey, but it's not going to get the white area that I put around her. So this is how we're going to get around that. So go and click the X and click out of that selected trace area. Let's click on Sister Audrey, and I use short keys on my keyboard. So I'm holding down Control D to duplicate her. Now this is the duplicated one. I'm going to go up to the fill box and I'm going to fill her in black. Do you see that? I made this duplicate black. Now I'm going to select the black and the one behind it. I'm going to select both. I'm going to go to Object on the drop-down menu. Then I'm going to go to Align. And then in Align, I'm going to go over and select Center. Probably should have selected, sorry about that, Align Center Middle. That way they're completely lined up and they look as if it's just one. Now let's click off of there, go back to our select trace area. We have our cursor turned into a cross, select a good amount of the area surrounding her. Now it selects almost all of the area. We don't even need to increase the threshold over here because it grabs everything from that black duplicate. Now we're going to go back to the trace tool and we're going to click on Trace Outer Edge. When we click on Trace Outer Edge, it's going to create a red cut line for us. Now, I know it may be a little hard to see, but there is a red cut line that was created. So all I'm going to do is click on the middle, because what I want to do is click delete and remove that black duplicate layer. The black duplicate layer is deleted, and all we are left with is our original image with its offset and the trace. Do you see that? Let me drag her a little bit. Ah, now you see that red trace line? Yes, so let me click undo, line them back up. And what I'm going to do is to select all of them, trace line and the image. And I'm going to hit Control, hold down my Control and press G, and that's going to group them together. So anywhere you move her, her trace line is going to go. Okay? So now we want to move on to creating a little sticker sheet with her, with a bunch of little Sister Audreys. What I'm going to do now is go over to the left panel, and here you come down a little ways. You see this little lined box, and when you scroll over it, it opens up different drawing tools. You have square, you have the rectangle, and then you have the rounded edge rectangle. You have the oval, which you can turn into a circle, and then you have the polygon, which you can turn into a hexagon, octagon. You can transform these two on the end, but I'm going to select the rounded rectangle. And what that does is allow my cursor to draw a rounded rectangle. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to hold my cursor down and I'm just going to pull it. Okay. So I've made this. Now, before I do anything, I need to go back over to the right and click on the cursor. Otherwise, anything else that I do, it's just going to continue to make a rounded rectangle. Okay, so I've got my cursor back, and as you can see, this is red. And this is a box. If I drag the box over here, it's just an empty box. It's just a line. But don't worry about that. You see this area surrounding here? This is your work area. And this is the pretend mat. This gray here is your pretend mat. And this is your pretend sticker sheet. Whatever you print your work on, that's the background color that it's going to have. So if I print Sister Audrey on white sticker paper, the background is going to have white. I've already colored her offset white. So if I printed Sister Audrey on, let's say, blue, pink, or purple sticker paper, her offset is still going to be white. Why? Because I colored it white. I filled in the area surrounding her white. Just a little tidbit there. Okay, so we've got our little line here. Now I want you to note something. We've got Sister Audrey here with her cut line, which is in red. And we've got this box here, and its line is red. I'm going to change the color of this line to, what color do we want? Let's change it to, let's say blue. Oh, I got to select it first. Sorry. So I'm going to select it, come back over here, and I'm going to select blue. Okay. So that changes it blue for us. I want to see if I can increase the screen for you. Just over in my recording tool, seeing if I can increase the screen. No, I am not doing it. Okay, yes, I can. I want to, sorry about that. I'm just trying to zoom in a little bit for you, but I believe you can see everything. Okay, let me not take up too much. Let me not take up too much time. Okay, there we go. I got the hang of it now. I got it. All right. Okay, so you can see it more. So this is blue. And if it's not showing up enough, you can always select it. And then over here next to where it says PT, you can click those arrows and it takes you up to 25%, then it takes you up to 50%. And that makes your line a little darker for you, a little more prominent. Okay. So we've got a blue line, and you're probably saying, well, what's the difference of making the box line blue and the line around Audrey red? That'll come into play later, and I'll let you know at that point. But just note that the cut line around your image and the cut line around your sticker sheet need to be different colors. Okay? Keep that in mind. So I've got this box here, and you're probably saying, okay, this is just a plain old box. Well, it's a plain old box, but you can turn it into a sticker sheet. So maybe you're cutting this out for yourself, for personal use. You don't worry about the rest that I'm going to do. You can just put Sister Audrey in here, multiply her as many times as you want, as you'll see we're going to do in a little bit. And don't worry about the rest. But if you're doing this as a shop owner, it's easy. I'm going to go and bring in my shop logo. All right, let me go into my hard drive. Okay, design files. And let's say this right here. All right, so I've got my logo. And I'm going to size it down a bit. I know it's going to look real small, but I'm going to zoom in everything so that you can see. And see, I don't want this to cut, but don't worry about that. All that will be handled when we, do our setup. Let me move it over here so that I can see, because the white on white is distracting. But remember, everything you do when it comes time to print and cut must be within this white workspace. Okay, so this is my logo. I'm going to put it here in the center, and that'll print at the top of my sticker sheet. And I'm going to zoom in just a bit so you can see. Okay, I just blew up my screen there. And I'm going to scroll up. Let me close this trace panel. So I've got it here, not too close to the top, but right there. And what I'm going to do is to select that, and I'm going to hold down the Shift key and select the box. And I'm going to go to Object. I'm going to go to Align, and then I'm going to go over and I'm going to click on Align Center. That way it gets it in directly in the center of the sheet. Aligning is a very important element when creating your sticker sheets. Everything next to or adjacent to each other has to be aligned. Okay, so we've aligned the logo, and let's see what else. If you want to, you can do this. You can put in some text, and you can put well, my logo has the website on it already. You can put follow me on Instagram or something like that. Whatever it is. I don't want to just tell you and not do it. So let me just type it in. So I'll put follow me on, and then I'm going to Control A to select all of that. I want that to be in black, and then I want the fill to be black. And then now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to reduce the size of that. Oh, sorry, didn't select it. Take that corner arrow and I'm reducing the size of that. So you see that says follow me on. I'm going to bring that down here. And I do have some icons that I always drop in. So I'm just giving you examples of how you can do the top of your sticker sheet. So I'm going to go and merge Remember merge. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, merge versus opening, go back to the first video and see why merging is so important when you're working within a project and not open. Okay, come on, icons, open up. So I'm going to merge. I'm just going to merge in one icon just for now. I'm not going to open a whole bunch of them. I don't know why everything is taking forever. So I'm going to merge in Instagram, and I'm going to put that over here. But you can get the idea that you can put Instagram. Oh, come on. You can put your Instagram icon. You can put your Facebook handle. You can put Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you want your customers to follow you. Okay. So this is the top of your sticker sheet. And then over here, you can put whatever else you want to put, contact information, whatever else you want to put in the top. I'm just giving you examples of how you create your sticker sheet. So now what I'm going to do is to select all, hold down Control, hit G and group, so that when I move this sticker sheet, everything moves as one. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to take this back down because I blew this up quite a bit. I blew it up 2 times. I'm going to scroll up. Okay. Then scroll back to the middle so you can see. And then now we're going to bring that sticker sheet back over. Remember, I'm taking you in baby steps in this, so we're almost done with this. So then now we're going to bring the sticker sheet back over to the white workspace, and now we're going to start setting up. Okay. So now I have Sister Audrey. I want to make a sticker sheet full of Sister Audrey's, and I don't want them to be too, and make certain of the size of the sticker sheet you want. As you can see, this is measuring almost 5 by almost 6 and a quarter, which is kind of big. We'll take it down to a 4 by 6. How about that? 4 by 6. Okay. That's what we're going to work with. And we have to work within this space. So now what I'm going to do is to size Sister Audrey accordingly. I'm going to take her down. I want to make a sticker sheet full of her, and I want to make sure that I give her enough clearance between her and this heading that's here. So I'm going to leave her like right about here. And then I'm going to hold down Control and hit D. And that's going to create another one of her. I'm going to drag her over here, but I'm going to bring her, I'm going to give her enough room between her and the first one. I'm going to bring her a little lower. That's what I like to do. And then I'm going to hold down the Shift key and then click on the other one. So that selects both of them. Now I'm going to go to Object, Align, and I want to align top. You see how that brings them both together? And it aligns them exactly across from each other. That helps with your cuts. And so your sticker sheet doesn't look crazy when you print it out. You want everything lined up and leveled. So now that these two are lined, I'm going to hold down Control and G, and that's going to group the two of them. We're going to worry about something else later because, as you can see, it's a little more closer to the right than it is to the left. It seems like there's more space over here than it is here. Let's not worry about that. Let's make 3 more rows of Sister Audrey. So with this group here, what we're going to do is hold down Control and hit duplicate 3 times. 1, 2, 3. That was Control and the letter D, and that created 3 more. What I'm going to do is to take the last one that was duplicated and bring it down to this line. Okay. I'm going to make sure it's not too close to this line. I'm going to bring it a little ways up so it's not too close to the bottom of the box line. Then I'm going to hold down my Shift key and I'm going to select all of the other 3 groups. So I'm holding down Shift and I'm clicking on group number 2, group number 3, and group number 4. Having all of those groups selected, I'm going to go over to the top, to the drop-down menu, click on Object, click on Align, and we're going to align left. That's going to make sure that all of these rows are aligned to the left side evenly. Now they're still selected. Go back to Object, go to Align, go down to the drop-down menu and click Space Vertically. When you do that, it spaces them evenly between each other. Everything is lined up now, both vertically and horizontally. Now with all of my images lined up perfectly, vertically and horizontally, I'm going to hold down Control and the letter G, and I'm going to group them. Now it will not move. They are all lined up. Now we're going to select the images. We're going to also select the box. But when I do this, I want to make sure that this is not close to the top, because remember, when it's close to the top, then I'm going to be in the area of this little logo. So let's move this over so you can see what I'm talking about, just for now. So you can see, I don't want it too close because then her hair is going to cut out around this. So you want to make sure that you are down far enough on the sheet. Worry about the level between here and here. That's what we're worried about, the level between this logo and between this bottom. So make sure you're down enough, okay? Now with the images selected, hold down the Shift key and select the box. Go to the drop-down menu, Object, go to Align, and now we're going to align center. Do you see that? It brings the images in the center of the sticker sheet. Now you have everything lined up on your page. What I can do is hold down Control G, and it's going to group everything, and look at that. We've got a sticker sheet. I'm trying to move it, but it's come on. We've got a sticker sheet here. Do you see that? We've got the line that's going to cut around the sticker sheet. And because, okay, it doesn't want to move for me. What happened? All right, there we go. It was giving me a little trouble there. So it's not going to move. You've got everything perfectly lined up, everything in position. When you put this here in your workspace, this is how it's going to look when it's cut out. Now, say that, you want like a little divider here. Here's what we're going to do. Do I want to draw a line? No. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create another curved box, right? So you want it divided. Probably wanted a different color. All right. Remember, click on the cursor so we don't create any more boxes. I want to make this the same size as this. I want to make this the same size as this. So I'm going to size it 4 by 6. Okay. Oh, sorry. Wrong. Because we want it to be to the top, let's see. Let's do 4 by 1 for now, which is probably going to be too big because what I'm trying to do is to create a spacing at the top here. Okay, so I'm going to say 4, let's say 4 by, let's try 0.75. Is that a little narrower? You'll see what I'm doing in a minute. So we've got the 4 by 6 lined up here. Perfect. I say it's perfect. So what I'm going to do is take this that I've created. It's got the same width as the box, 4 inches, but I made it a little bit past the logo. What I'm going to do is to make this a complete solid color. I'm going to, what color should I make it? Let's make it a different color so that it doesn't, I'll do like a very light gray. How about that? I'll do the outline gray, and then the fill gray. What I'm going to do is to bring this down, and then I'm going to bring it down just haphazardly, because I'm going to hold down the shift key, select the big box, and then what I'm going to do is do object, align, top. And then I'm going to do object, align, center. Okay. Now I'm going to click off, and what I'm going to do is to click on the gray box by itself. I'm going to right click, click, right click, sorry, and then I'm going to click send to the back. Do you see what that does? It sends it behind the sticker sheet, but it gives that shading, as you'll see in a minute. So I'm going to click off, I'm going to select everything, and now I'm going to hold down Control and G, and it's going to group it all together. Now when you move your sticker sheet over, okay, come on, follow me. Come on. Here we go. Do you see? Let's blow that up a little bit on the sticker so now you've got this bit of a separation here. Do you see that? And if you wanted to, you could have made the top rounded, because there is a way that you can broaden or narrow your curve, or you know what I mean? You could have made this just going straight across, but this creates at least a separation header between the top and the actual sticker sheet. So when you print your sticker sheet, if you print it out on white paper, this is how it's going to cut around each image. And this is how it's going to print with the gray background. It's going to print with all of this here, and then it's going to cut around this entire sticker sheet. This is how your sticker sheet is going to look. I'm going to stop here for now. I hope I didn't go too fast today and it's not too inundating for you. But if anything, like I said, the beauty of this video is that you can always pause and take it teensy step by step. That way you can slow it down to your own pace. I'm going to stop here because the next step will have even more instructions for you on taking you to the screen where you have to set up your cut lines. You have to set up the pressure lines and different settings for each cut line. And also we will look at it on the actual silhouette machine on how it is going to cut. So I'm going to go ahead and save this, which I didn't do last time. I had to go and prep Sister Audrey again for you guys. So I'm going to save this as my sample work area so that next time when I come back, I will show you how to take this to the sticker sheet and get it cut. And we will talk sticker sheets. We will talk all that stuff when we come back again. I hope this was helpful to you. And if it was, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Also share the video with someone who you know will benefit from it. And if you're not subscribed already, I hope you become one of the Vin Von Alley family, and leave a comment below. Let me know if this is helping you. If there's other questions that you may have that hopefully I can answer for you. Like I've said in the other video, I'm not a professional. I'm just teaching you what I've learned along the way. And hey, if you know something that can help me, by all means, leave a comment below, because I am open to any suggestions. I'm just giving you